extroverted introvert, but I'm not quite sure which one.
I would describe myself as someone who looks for value in things.
Hi, my name is Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm a designer and researcher.
I would say that my clothing probably reflects how picky I am. It's probably something that's a little more subtle to people maybe, because I feel like it would have to be for somebody to really understand how my clothing reflects that. You have to understand fabric and kind of be cognizant of fabric and fabrication.
I think that my style reflects my identity because it's considered. I don't have a lot of clothes, so the clothes that I have in my wardrobe I've picked carefully, and I think that's a reflection of the way that I work.
Because I'm so picky about like what my clothes are made of. I only like natural fibers. I don't own a lick of polyester in my closet, but to kind of notice that, you have to be somebody who, you know, already knows about fabrics and things.
I don't think that there's necessarily like a group of fabrics that I'm drawn to so much as kind of the aesthetic of it. I'm drawn to kind of more muted textures and patterns and colors, not necessarily, you know, shiny silks or things of that nature.
Clothing and textiles connects us because it's something that we all wear. I mean, you can't go out in the world without wearing clothing. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd probably be arrested. So it's something that, you know, we all have in common. We all have to get dressed in the morning. We just all do it in a different way. And I think whether you're being intentional or unintentional about it, you're saying something about yourself. Even if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt and trying to not make a statement, you're still making a statement by not trying to make a statement. So you're still saying something about, you know, what you value and about your personality by what you wear.
I think that clothing connects us on a surface level by allowing you to make some initial judgments about the way that people live their lives, whether that's you know, kind of putting them into a certain group and saying, hey, you know, I know something about this group of people, and so I can make some assumptions about this person based on the way that they're dressed, or it allows for kind of grouping. It gives us a common denominator of, hey, we have this in common, or hey, we, you know, dress this particular way, or we like these kinds of things, and so that gives us some kind of grouping.
Sustainability in fashion for me personally is kind of managing that product life cycle of, you know, not throwing away clothes at the end of a season, but wearing them like for years, like that longevity aspect of clothing. I definitely purchase clothes that are of a certain quality and where the fabric is of a certain quality that, you know, they'll look good for years. I mean, I've had stuff that I bought when I was like 19, 20, and you know, it's like almost 5 years later, and they're still in great condition, and I expect to wear them until I'm 30.
It's important to me that my clothes are ethically treated, ethically created, so you know, it's kind of more of a human sustainability thing that's important to me.
I also shop at thrift stores a lot. I shop on eBay a lot. I have no problem buying used clothing. And I see that as kind of another way to manage that product life cycle aspect, to, you know, not be propagating like this idea that fashion is throwaway and that you can just get rid of things after you wear them a handful of times. I think it's really sad that there are probably landfills these days full of clothes that just, people, it's not the look of the season anymore, so they're just getting rid of them. So I think a way to manage that is, to buy things that you will use for a really long time until they're not useful anymore.
Kind of ethical creation of goods is something that's really important to my family, and it came from a realization that we had a couple years ago surrounding our consumption of particularly coffee and chocolate, and we made some discoveries about the way that those were being produced, how the choices that we were making in brands were supporting slavery in Africa and other places, and so after that we started doing a lot of research into how that impacted the rest of our choices in goods.
Clothing is really that kind of mode of communication. It's a really strong medium to send a message to the people around you, and it's your second skin. It's what you're showing the world.